Alright guys, here we are. We have started our virtual machine with our operating system. At present it's just a bare bones operating system. It's no different than any other operating system XP Vista 7 simply because it has not been given any role. So, it's not really a server operating system just yet. What we're looking at here is the OB interface, the OOBE, the out-of-the-box experience interface. As you can see, it is providing us at present with some basic information of our current configuration. Our local area connection, our network adapter, has an IPv4 address that is assigned by DHCP, which stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. We have IPv6 enabled. Our full computer name is this Win alphanumeric name that is not very human friendly. We are part of a work group, and most importantly we have 0 roles or features added at present. Alright, so we're going to change all of that now. However, before we actually get into doing that, what I want to do is go by devices and install the guest additions. This is going to better integrate my virtual machine with my host machine, give us a better performance. What is going to happen is you're going to be prompted shortly to run the installation of the VBox Windows Edition executable file. So we click on that, wizard pops up to take us through the process. We click next. This indicates the part where the guest edition program files will be stored. We say next. Installing is the guest editions. We're not doing the directory, the support. Say install, and the installation process has begun. Then we're going to be prompted to install certain device software. We say install. This process shouldn't really take that long. Once it's completed, once again we're prompted to install device software. Once it's completed, we're going to see about installing Active Directory domain services and the DNS role to our server. And you see it's completed, and we say finish. It's going to reboot. Our machine is now restarted. Once it has done so, we're going to continue the process of installing roles to our server. Base operating system, insert control. Going to start that again. There we go. Now, as we see in the bottom right hand corner, the guest edition has been installed. It's indicated by the box that is now showing the system tray. Alright, as you can see, information is still being loaded. So here we are. So now that we've installed the guest editions, what that allows me to do is to go by view and switch to full screen mode and get an actual full screen view, which is a better viewing experience. I think it's a lot easier to work with. It's one of the benefits of installing the guest editions. Alright, so we're looking at OB GUI. We can use this particular GUI to do the installation of the roles. What I'm going to show you initially is the server manager do our configuration and additional roles. So just click on server manager, comes up. Right now, one of the first things that we want to do is to change the local area connection from having an IPv4 address being assigned by DHCP. We also want to disable IPv6 because we're not really going to be using it. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is go to view network connections, and the whole purpose of this is that we're installing Active Directory domain services role, and we're going to make this machine a domain controller. So basically it's going to have the responsibility of administering and controlling the resources within the domain that is going to be created, that we're going to create also. As a result, it needs a fixed IP address. We don't want to have a situation where devices or any machine logging into the domains has to be searching for the server. The server has to be easily discoverable, in that any device that wants to access the resources on the network is supposed to be able to find the server or know where it is located so that it can communicate any requests that is necessary to it. Right? With it automatically getting an IP address, what it means is that there's a possibility that that IP address can change, which can be very problematic in terms of the administration of the whole network, whereby machines accessing resources have to be searching for the server, which is not a very efficient process, and it's one that can lead to a lot of confusion. So we're going to view network connections. We highlight local area connections, right click on it, properties. We are deselecting IPv6, highlight Internet Protocol versions 4, we say properties, and we are changing it from obtain IP address automatically to use the following IP address. We're now going to give it an IP address. I'm using 192.168.0. I'm using .5. The subnet mask will automatically be filled in, which is 255.255.255.0, class C. In terms of the preferred DNS server, what we're going to use is what they call a loopback address, 127.0.0.1. What this basically tells the server or if there's a situation that requires the resolving of a host name to an IP address, that it will check its own DNS records for that name resolution. Alright, I'm not entering the default gateway at the moment, so I'll say OK and close. Right, and close. As you can see, the local area connection is now reflecting the static IP address that we have just given it. Now I've done this through the server manager. It's also possible to change your IP address from the command prompt by using the netshell command. Just give you an example of that. You say net shint IP. I say set address address. We indicate this is the local adapter, local area connection. Right, local area connection is static, indicating that we want to give it a static address. And then we enter the IP address that we want to give it. So I give it an IP address of 192.168.0. I give it a .5. If I change that to .6, enter the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. If I wanted to, I could also enter a default gateway. Let's say 192.168.0.1, and I hit enter. And if I check, you will notice that my IP address has been changed. And if I get to view network connections, local area connection, right click, properties, highlight IPv4, I say properties, you'll notice the information has been entered. So that's just one way of whereby you change your IP address. Okay, I'm just putting it back to what I had previously. Alright, also you can also change the deferred DNS location using the netshell command. Also, if you want to perhaps say set a different IP address for the preferred DNS server, we say net shipt IP set DNS local area connection static 192.168.0.1. I say primary, and I forgot about the INT. INT is an abbreviation for interface, netshell interface IP set DNS. Alright, so everything should be proper. And if we go back into view network connections, properties, IPv4 properties, you can see that our preferred DNS server has changed. So that's just an example of how you would change IP address from the command prompt.